Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about mastering success, learning from the lives of the greats. I think with success, there are two main flow diagrams, if you will, and I will explain that the main points in this flow diagram will be kind of compelling everything I'll be talking about today. So the first one is self-belief and the second one is mindset, but I'll be talking about points that are very important while giving the example. So the first one is nobody cares about your story until you win. If you think about it, you are someone who are just a statistic and nobody really cares about what you do until you actually make it. So for example, J.K. Rowling, she's the writer of Harry Potter. Nobody knew who she was until she made it. She faced multiple rejections. She wasn't able to publish her books, but did she give up? No. Now she's one of the most famous known authors in the world. So she has not given up on her dream and she continued to be persistent with the same goal in mind. Although she may have changed strategies a little bit, but her motivation was still there. And this is exactly why when I say that nobody cares about your story until you win, is because although she failed, right now people are looking at that as a motivation. But did they know at the time? No, because she wasn't known yet. So nobody really cares. If you look at Elon Musk, for example, he's one of the richest men in the world right now. He has multiple ventures and he had also failed 2 different businesses that he could have made so much money out of had he been Elon Musk right now. But the issue with that is right now we're thinking of Elon Musk as this person who's just born that way. No, Elon Musk has failed so many times before founding SpaceX and Tesla, and he has just continued, just like J.K. Rowling, persisting on his goals and understanding that the journey is going to get there one day. For me, the real world example, I had so many situations in life where I have been not included, or like I feel like I have not had the advantage of the people applying to the same job as me. But it's like I had not given up, and it doesn't mean that I kept applying for the same job over and over. I just realized that I need a system, I need a strategy. If I do not qualify somewhere, what is something that I can go and grow on that will bring me back, it will make me qualified. So for example, when I was looking for a job that I really wanted, I was kind of applying for jobs that really I thought that I could do well in. I wasn't looking at my qualifications per se. I thought I could be qualified if I had 1 more year experience. But I also thought that my experiences were very strong. So then I realized, you know what, I'm not gonna put myself in this devastation every single time. Let me just grow myself a little bit. So I decided to do my master's. And within that master's, I got that 1 year experience. So for me, it's like within my master's, I was able to be an analyst. So for me, it built that experience. So now when I graduate, I already have that experience. I can go apply for that job. So you have to have a system to develop where it's like, if you fall back down, just bounce back up, right back up, but bounce back up harder. Like come back like a lion. Literally, come back, you're ready to eat, ready to grow, ready to take over the market. So for you, you have to have that motivation, but understand that all these insecurities coming with, oh, I don't want to be seen, I don't want people to think that. Nobody cares until you win. Your story is your story, and it will be only stronger when you win and when you succeed. The second point that is down this flow diagram is what you tell yourself. I cannot emphasize on this enough. What you tell yourself is way more important than what you're looking to or seeking affirmation from others, or even trying to just get the comments. I don't care how much comments I get. I care about what I tell myself. I think I'm doing good. I think I make good content that helps me as well when I do more research about it. So what matters to me, it's just important more than what matters, what others think of me. So for example, Oprah Winfrey, she had such a challenging childhood, but what she told herself, she continued to affirm herself that she's gonna make it. She continued to affirm herself that she has a positive outlook of life. And look at her now, she's a renowned, very famous person and a philanthropist, and is just a super inspiration to all. I think it's very important for us to understand that what we tell ourselves, our mindset, is what will make us win. Another point when I talk about what you tell yourself, it's practicing and creating the system of positive talk to yourself. Positive self-talk, even, I don't care how you do it. Even if you wake up every single day and journal and just remind yourself who you are and how valuable you are and that you're worthy, even if it's in front of a mirror, it is very important. And it's important because what you tell yourself what you speak to yourself is a positive manner, and what you compliment and give yourself affirmations, it will set your mood for the rest of the day. And it will set your mindset to become like, if you don't receive any one good compliment that day, even if you receive bad ones, what you told yourself that morning is always going to resonate in your mind, and it's going to become this powerful force that will keep you going. So let's look at an example of Dwayne Johnson. When he was depressed, he continued to give himself that positive talk, which look, now he inspires millions of people. And he's a very positive person right now. Like, he is just the motivational power. Like, when you see him speak, he has this positive energy that you may not even understand how he got there. Had he not talked positive to himself and remind that what he tells himself is what's important, he wouldn't be the person he is today. So just understanding that to master success, what you tell yourself is very important. So believe in yourself, even if a lot of people have doubt in you, it doesn't matter. I would say that some people have doubt in me, but like, nobody cares, honestly. Like, no one cares. Like, it could be all in my head. It's just me giving myself an excuse not to do something. Like, if I wanted to start this YouTube channel and I'm like, oh, but what if my friends see it and they're like, oh, she's putting rubbish content. Like, who cares? They will not care now. They will not care later. Actually, they might care later when you succeed, and they'll start looking at your foot tracks and like, how did she do it? And it takes so much failure before you succeed. And you need to understand that failure is also part of the journey. The last point I'm going to talk about today is what you allow your mind to manifest. Manifestation is what brought me here. Allowing my mind to visualize things that are not there, or something that I just want so bad and I'm like putting it in my head. I'm not saying like close your eyes, think of like this destination, oh, I want to go to Tokyo. Manifest. It's not like that. What you allow your mind to manifest just means that you're allowing your mind to believe something you're capable of doing, and you follow the tracks of doing it. So for me, manifestation just means that if I want to move to a completely new country and have a career and do my master's, I'm allowing myself to visualize who I would be in that moment. What kind of people am I surrounded by? What kind of clothes I'm wearing? What kind of character I'm having? And then work towards it. Because the moment you satisfy your soul and your mind about something you want so bad, you're going to have your goal set straight towards that. So for me, it's like understanding that manifestation is a powerful thing. It's very powerful. Like, let's look at an example of Steve Jobs. Before Apple came something, he really manifested what it would be before it became what it is now. Who doesn't have an Apple product at their home? Obviously, there is some like absolutely die-hard Android lovers, but you would have at least one Apple thing, or maybe not. But what I'm trying to say is he manifested something before it became a big thing, and he continued to manifest it. He continued to visualize it, to talk about what it would be. Imagine you talking about something, whether it works or not, but imagine you talk about something that ends up happening. How proud would you be? So proud. I'm just telling you that allow yourself to have that mindset where it's like, I will be that person. There's nothing stopping me. If they could do it, I could do it. And just remember, within that, it's very important to have goals. Like look at Warren Buffett. His goal setting and his strategy to investing allowed him to actually to have this so much wealth in the world. So for us, it's just to think about how all these people are human, but the only thing that makes us different is what they tell themselves, is what they believe about themselves, and what they allow their minds to manifest. So if you start today to allow yourself to manifest, that will change a lot of things in your life, and you would see it actually becoming. It might be a slow track, but it doesn't matter, because it's not the speed we're measuring. It's the mindset that we're actually trying to attain that will change a lot about our lives. So by looking at Steve Jobs and Warren Buffett, these people aligning their goals with their mindset, it allowed them to harness the creative power of their minds. It's like they just discovered their mind for the first time, and it's like growing and non-stop success. But within that success, there's always going to be failure. Between each success milestone, there's a big failure. So that's why failures are something we need to embrace as part of a journey to success. And if we don't fail, we won't succeed. If you don't challenge yourself, you will not grow. So failure is part of that challenge. So challenging yourself is accepting that you might fail, accepting that you may not be comfortable. So that's one of the things I would say. So I thought I would write 5 practical tips for you today that will help you grow in terms of your mindset and in terms of your self-belief. The first one is positive affirmation. I cannot emphasize this enough. I do this all the time like I am crazy, and I don't care who says what, but for me, like, I affirm myself of who I am, and it really helped me because, like, oftentimes expecting it from people, who are these people that I'm expecting it from? If you don't give it to yourself, nobody will. And if you don't give it to yourself in that sense that's like so powerful, I don't think you would even feel the power of it coming from someone else. So you have to be that person for yourself. You have to be that person who gives yourself the affirmation that is needed every single morning. Don't expect it from no one. Write a list of affirmations that you resonate with. Like, I'm capable, I'm successful, I'm happy, I am trying, I'm doing my best, I am beautiful, I am everything you can imagine. So just write these down, repeat it to yourself, because there is power in repetition and there's power in telling ourselves these things. The second point I will give you is visualization. So as we were talking earlier about manifestation, you can really visualize and allow yourself allow your mind to be a platform where you can have mental images of what you want to become, or even have a vision board, whatever it is that will allow you to visualize it. It is so powerful. I cannot emphasize that enough. You don't understand how important that is. Like, visualization and manifestation has helped me a lot. So I really think start by doing that. If you're not someone who could just visualize mentally, start doing vision boards or digital boards where it will help you have that creative block unlocked. So for you, it's important to have it in your mind, but you could have a vision board in your room, in your office, whatever it is, even if it's a small one by your desk, just something you can visualize every day. Third one is setting SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So these are very important because it's like, once you start setting those goals, you're able to kind of cut down your long-term goals into like short-term chunks, and it will help you get there faster. And it could be like you're saving yourself a whole year by creating SMART goals. Trust me, when it's a long-term goal, you're saving yourself a year that you could be happy and doing whatever you want. So I'm just saying that always set your goals straight, be very specific about them, and just remember that visualization is not enough without setting goals and objectives. Fourth tip I would give you is learning from your setback. Like I mentioned earlier, failure is amazing. It's like, if you don't have failure, you will not make it, because there's a power in understanding the strategies that work best for you. But I would say learning from your setbacks, because every time you fail or you fall down on something, write down what you learned from it. What could you have done better? What could you have avoided? And what should you have not stressed about that was inevitable? These are very important, because sometimes when we fail, we fail to differentiate between the things that could have been changed, the things that we could change to the better, and the things that were inevitable. But the stress always comes because we put all these into one basket and start stressing about everything. So then now you're actually stressing smart when you're differentiating between those things, because you're stressing about what you could have changed, and actually putting that in your mind would help your mindset become better next time before getting into that situation, because now you're helping that setback create a system or strategy that works for you. So it's very important to understand that learning from our setbacks is one big one for our success. The last but not least is surround yourself with positivity. I think this is a very important one for our mindset and self-belief, because once you surround yourself with positive people, if you're already practicing those affirmations and manifestations and visualizing and having SMART goals, you will always be surrounded by people who will uplift you, uplift your spirit, and never allow your spirit to go down. It will always be like a positive movement, so just always surround yourself with positive people. Know who you should be with and who you should cut off your life, because it's very important. The time we invest in our friendships should be worth it and should not be wasted. So I really hope you like this video. I think it's very important to understand that success is a system. and it's a strategy that we have to work towards. And I hope that by the real world examples I provided earlier, you understand that nobody really cares about your story before you win. So focus on winning, not what people think of you. It is very important. And please drop a comment if you have any more extra tips or any more extra secrets, or why you think you are who you are today, and what should you do, or what did you do to reach successful milestones. So please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will see you on my next video.